15th to order. We'll observe a moment of silence. All right, thank you. Our main purpose tonight will be to have a public hearing first for the candidates that have applied for the Whitehall District seat on the Albemarle County School Board. After that, we'll go into a closed meeting and then decide on who the person will be that will succeed Mr. Oberg, and then come back into the public session to announce that. We've received applications from 9 really well-qualified individuals to fill the seat. Nathan Alderman, Kate Alves, Jessica Amos, Rebecca Berlin, Barbara Freed, Joanne McDermott, Amanda Parks, Allison Spillman, and Stephen Tavares all applied to fill Mr. Oberg's seat. So we'll first go into the public hearing, and we have some people who did sign up in advance. So Ms. Carlson.
Yes, that is right. We have 2 people who signed up. I do not have my typical public comment guidelines in front of me, but so comment today is restricted to comments on the candidates for the Whitehall District seat. Comments will be 3 minutes. I have an old school stopwatch that I haven't used since I won one of these in 3rd grade, so we'll see. Maybe I'll just use my phone, but I'll try to indicate when you have 1 minute left. And then I feel like it goes without saying, and I recognize almost everyone in this room, so respectful, on topic, try not to disrupt people when they're speaking or make audible sounds or shows of support that could bring us or make it difficult to hear. So with that, we have 2 speakers, Chris Seaman and Janine Dozier. What is Janine? I don't see her. Huh. I know her, I don't see her here. Okay. Thanks.
Definitely taller than I am. Good evening, my name is Chris Seaman. I'm a resident of the Whitehall District, and along with my spouse, Dr. Allison Lyons, I'm the parent of 2 children, ages 9 and 6, who are students at Brownsville Elementary. And I want to thank you for the opportunity to offer some comments this evening on filling the vacant Whitehall seat. And I want to note that my comments are made solely in my personal capacity. First, I thank the individuals who have submitted applications for this position. I sincerely appreciate their willingness to volunteer their time and their talents to serve our community. I'm deeply impressed with the quality of the current group of candidates. It includes parents of current children ranging from elementary to high school, as well as parents of ACPS graduates. It includes community members with PhDs and other advanced degrees, extensive business and financial experience, and board members and volunteers for nonprofit organizations. But rather than discussing individual candidates, I wanted to share some more general thoughts about priorities for your decision-making tonight. First, the Whitehall representative, in my view, should be someone who has a demonstrated commitment to public education. This commitment can manifest itself in a variety of ways. For instance, service as a PTO member, professional work on education policy and learning, or work with nonprofit organizations and other groups that seek to improve our public schools. In contrast, candidates who have school-age children but decline to enroll them in ACPS schools should raise a red flag. Second, the Whitehall representative should, if possible, have a lived experience with ACPS schools. In particular, I think there's significant value to having a board member who, like Mr. Oberg, has children who are enrolled in ACPS schools or a recent graduate of ACPS and who is familiar with our district's strengths and areas for improvement. Third, the Whitehall representative, in my opinion, should reflect the values of our community when it comes to equity, inclusion, and excellence in education. This includes, for example, a commitment to anti-racism, support for social emotional learning, and current district policy supporting LGBTQ students. Should also include a willingness to continue working for an environment where students of all backgrounds can grow and thrive in our schools. For candidates who were not chosen to fill the vacancy tonight, I hope that you'll continue to be engaged with public education in Albemarle County, which in my view is the most important function of our local government. Thank you all for the opportunity to speak tonight.
Thank you for those comments. The next speaker is Janine, and she's not here yet. Yeah. Discovery Museum, right? Is there anybody else? I don't feel like we have to be as strict with the guidelines or the signing up before. Is there anyone else that wants to give a comment who's in the audience? Okay, that concludes the public hearing. Oh, and one last thing, I'm sorry. I do want to say we did receive several emails, and we also, some advocating for specific candidates, some, like Mr. Seaman's comments, we're just giving general guidelines they hope that we can consider. I read all of those, just wanted to sum of them, so I just wanted to make it known that there was input from the public through other means.
Thank you. All right, thanks, Ms. Carlson. So Ms. Carlson, do you have a motion?
Yes. I move that the School Board of Albemarle County, Virginia go into a closed meeting as authorized by the Virginia Freedom of Information Act, Section 2.2-3711A of the Code of Virginia, under subsection 1, for the discussion, consideration, or interviews of prospective candidates for employment and the assignment, appointment, promotion, performance, demotion, salaries, disciplining, or resignation of specific public officers, appointees, or employees of any public body. And subsection 8, for consultation with legal counsel employed or retained by a public body regarding specific legal matters requiring the provision of legal advice by such counsel.
Second?
Moved by Ms. Carlson, second by Ms. Lee, that we go into closed session as stated in the various statutes that she cited of Virginia law. Ms. Johnston, could you please call the roll?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Motion carries. All right, so we will go into closed session.